Hello beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be recommending the fake dating trope books. First up we have my newest favorite read, Funny Story by Emily Henry. It's about Daphne, who's always loved the way her fiance Peter tells the story of their meet cute. She has just moved in together with him in his lakeside hometown where all his friends and family reside. But Peter realizes on his bachelor party that he is in love with his best friend Petra. The engagement is off, and now Daphne is all alone, no place to live, in a town where she knows nobody, has no friends or family. And then we have Miles, who is now Petra's ex. He has also been thrown away just like Daphne after Peter and Petra realize their undying love for each other. So Daphne, with her lack of place to live, ends up rooming with Miles. Miles has taken up the responsibility of showing her the beauty of the town and to try to convince her to stay here while all she wants to do is run away. Miles was such a stand-up guy. He would be 1000% my book boyfriend if I wasn't so in love with Justin from Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. It was a complete 5-star for me, a 6-star read. Next up we have Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. It's about Brianna and Jacob. Brianna is going through a lot at the moment, a divorce, unable to find a kidney for her brother, her very sick brother, and a promotion she's been waiting to get, but there's a competitor for it now, the new doctor at the hospital who wants the position she's been waiting for years for. She's all set to hate Jacob for just entering her life and ruining everything, the one promotion she's been waiting to get. And Jacob flips the game by writing her a letter. Now they exchange notes and letters, and Jacob gives her an unimaginable gift, a kidney to her brother. They have lunch dates in the sob closet. I think the whole hospital dynamic was so sweet because all the nurses would side up with Brianna, would bully Jacob, but slowly they would see that Brianna and Jacob are genuinely close and they, back off, start respecting him more or whatever, okay? The whole dynamic was so cute. It was such a soft and heartfelt book. The guy is such a soft boy in this book. It was a great read, and it was so fast paced. I think I read it in a day or two. It was amazing. Next we have Happy Place by Emily Henry. Of course it was a 5-star, first off. And now here we have Harriet and Wynne, who have been the perfect couple since they started dating in college. And now they've been broken up since the past 6 months, but they haven't told their best friends about it. Every summer they have this small cottage house they go to for a week to forget all about real life's problems and just spend a week with the people they love the most. But this is the last year they have the cottage, as it is going up for sale, and Wynne and Harriet do not want to break their friends' hearts, so they decide to pretend for this 1 week. But will they be able to pretend they're still in love with the people who know them the most? It was all so soft. It was such a great book. The whole vacation feeling. I think right after I finished reading this book, I decided I need a summer house where I would go to every summer with all my favorite friends and family. It is such a good dynamic. It was a complete 5-star read. Next we have Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. Everybody knows Catalina and Aaron. So Catalina needs a date to her sister's wedding, and she's told a white lie to her mother that she has an American boyfriend. So now the one white lie has spread like a wildfire rumor over there in her hometown in Spain. And now her ex and his fiance are waiting desperately to meet this American boyfriend of Catalina's. So now she has to come up with a boy who would fake date her to the wedding. She has tried anything and everything. She's even tried to find escorts, has put up an advertisement, but to no avail. And then her rude, brooding colleague Aaron willingly offers to be her fake date to her sister's wedding. She would rather say no to him, but she's running low on time. She does not have an option. So she says yes. The whole dynamic about her slowly discovering how Aaron is outside of the workplace and how sweet and how cute he is and how perfect they're for each other. The whole dynamic of a wedding, of the whole family chaos, it was so cute. And I love a setting where there's family involved, there's fun cousins and everything involved. It was such a good read. I think Aaron is the best book boyfriend anybody could have. It's such a sweet read, so wholesome. I think I'll forever keep it in my heart. Next up, we have The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. Jack is being harassed by a stalker who's been sending him death threats. He needs a bodyguard to protect him at all times. But his mom gets sick and he has to go stay with her. So he asks the bodyguard that has been hired for him, Hannah, to pretend to be his fake girlfriend because he does not want to worry his family about these death threats that he's been getting. They pretend to date. It's a whole family dynamic. It has a small cottage vibe with horses and farms and everything. It was such a sweet read about how slowly they come closer, with having professional boundaries to having personal passions for each other. It was such a sweet read with family and friends dynamic and how this forbidden aspect, because she is his bodyguard, there is a professional line she cannot cross. And with how she is a flight or fight person, she does not like to stay at the same place for longer periods of time. She likes how unstable this job is, how every 2 years she gets to move from one project to the other, and he is somebody who likes the roots. So it was such a great dynamic to read about. Such a sweet person as Jack and how he treats her. It was such a wholesome read. Next up, we have The Fake Out by Stephanie Archer. It's about Rory and Hazel. So Rory is on a hockey team where Hazel's ex has just been transferred to. Hazel's ex had cheated on her and has been continuously harassing her ever since. He keeps apologizing, but Hazel really just wants to move on. So she has to prove to him that she's in a relationship, she's happy in her life, so he would not make any other moves on her. In comes Rory, who's always been pining after Hazel ever since she was his math tutor back in high school. So they strike up a deal where they would pretend to be fake dating, so to keep Hazel's ex off her back. But soon the lines obviously start blurring. Rory makes Hazel believe that she can do anything, while Hazel makes him fall back in love with hockey. It was such a heartfelt read. It was so boy obsessed and soft for only her trope. It was so sweet. I was giggling and kicking my feet all throughout. It was beautiful. I think you should definitely read it. Next, we have Bride by Ali Hazelwood. It's about misery and law. There is a peacekeeping treaty that has been signed between the vampires and wolves, and Misery is sacrificed in it. She's a vampire who's supposed to go live with the werewolves and marry the chief commander. Lo has no choice but to do it because he's the commanding officer and he has to sacrifice for his kingdom to save his people and keep the peace maintained. Misery, whereas, has ulterior motives to why she married Lo. There's something she wants to find, someone she's looking for, and she sees this is an opportunity as the freedom that she would have away from prying eyes, that she can search for what she's looking. this book is so good with the dynamic from how they did not trust each other at all to finally slowly trusting each other and helping each other find whatever they're trying to find, have a motive. It was so sweet in this book. It was a perfect romantasy book. It was, the romance aspect was perfectly put, the fantasy aspect was perfectly put. It was such a good read. It was a complete 5-star, first off. Secondly, this is literally my favorite book of Ali Hazelwood apart from Check and Mate by her. It was so good. I thoroughly enjoyed it completely, and I'm waiting to get the time to go and reread it as soon as I can. Next we have The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. It's about Olive and Adam. Olive has had her best friend behind her back for so long because she's told a white lie that she does have a boyfriend, whereas she does not. So her friend is behind her back to make her meet him and to prove that she actually does have a boyfriend and is not just career oriented. So one day when she's caught with a man in a room and her best friend sees it, she jumps to the opportunity and kisses the man that she hasn't even seen because it's lights off. And it turns out to be the young hotshot professor. Adam has a committee behind his back that wants to deploy him, that wants to transfer him to some other place if he does not prove that he has roots set up here and he genuinely would stay here for the long haul if he is given the chance. So Adam has to prove to them somehow that he has roots set up here, that he has people that he needs to attend here, so they let him stay. He jumps to the opportunity, they strike a deal to fake date so Adam can prove to the committee that he is settled over here, and Olive can have her best friend behind her back so they both can genuinely concentrate on their careers. It was a sweet read. Adam was such a sweet guy. It was an amazing. It was so wholesome and so heartfelt. It was amazing. Next is Springtide by Keith Stephens. It's about Harper and Luca. Harper has had a crush on Nate for a while now. So when she's assigned an internship project, she wants to do it with his sports team. So whereas she's been given a football team as her internship project, so she goes and tells a lie about how she's dating a football player, so she cannot rightfully be with the team and work with them as her internship. But this lie spreads like wildfire, and the person in question, Luca, finds out about it. Luca is the football team player who has been injured, but he cannot tell anybody about his injury or he would lose his spot on the team. So he strikes up a deal with Harper, as she's a physician, physiotherapist. So he strikes up a deal with Harper, who's a physiotherapist, to look after his knee in private and not tell anybody about how injured he is and treat him in a personal space, so he does not lose the spot and nobody notices how injured he is. They strike up a deal. They have their own times. It was completely professional in the beginning. They've decided the days and the times they're meeting, but soon it all turns from just a physiotherapy session to liking to spend time with each other. And Luca is such a soft boy. It was all such softly placed. This book was completely soft boy and fun girl aspect. It was really nice, though it's not my all-time favorite, but it's worth a read for sure. Next we have First Down by Grace Riley. It's about James and Bex. James has just transferred schools, but there's this one writing class that he has to pass or it would cost him his football career. Football is everything that he values. He eats, sleeps, breathes football, so he cannot at no cost lose his spot on the team. He needs a tutor to pass the class because he's been trying by himself and failing. In comes Bex, who's currently being harassed by an ex that cheated on her who is on the same football team as James. She needs to prove to her ex that she has moved on and is really happy in her life. So James and her strike up a deal where she would tutor him and he would pretend to be her fake boyfriend so she could get her ex off her back. But we all know the lines are going to start blurring, and it was a very light read. I think I gave it 3 stars, 3.5 stars. It wasn't great, as I said, but it's worth one read, because sports romance and fake dating, I think they're all worth a read. Okay, it was nice. I wouldn't say really nice, but it was nice and you could read it once. Next up is The Favor by Suzanne Wright. It's about Dave and Veena. Dave has an agreement that he cannot inherit without him being married by the age of 38. So he hits up Veena and asks her to be his fake wife to enter a marriage of convenience. Veena cannot refuse because previously she had a problem where she asked Dave for a favor, and now he's here to return it. Now he's here asking her to return the favor. She has no choice. They end up marrying, living in it is forced proximity, marriage of convenience. It was such a good read, and Dave is such a great guy. I mean, it was so nice. I genuinely really enjoyed this book. No, again, not an all-time favorite, but I would read it at least once. It is worth it, trust me, it is. Next we have A Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn. It's about Huxley and Lottie. So Lottie was just strolling around the wealthy neighborhood trying to find a rich husband so she could make her nemesis jealous about how such a happening life she has, because the nemesis has just fired her. And then she bumps into a gorgeous man, Huxley, who was stomping around mumbling about a business deal that he just lost. And soon she finds herself sitting in front of him eating free chips and guac while he proposes her to be his fake fiancée and go on double dates and pretend to be in love with him, because he has his own reasons. And we all know the lines are going to start blurring. It was a fast-paced book and I finished it in like a day or two, and it was really amazing. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit up all my socials and view all my previous videos, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back super soon with another video. Thank you. Bye.